So welcome back to Around on a Bike Base Camp and this series where I show you my favorite YouTube channels. As I said in the first episode, there is no particular reason why I put them in this order. It's more like a random pull out of the hat kind of way. So in this episode we will visit Around the World Roxy, Thomas Hansen, Urban Monk and On Her Bike. Really good channels. Also, in the end of the video there is a little bit of a bonus surprise for you, so if you manage to stay all the way to the end, you're in for a treat. So, straight to the first video channel. Round the World Roxy. Roxy is a 25-year-old girl who is traveling around the world on her Honda Fireblade 1999. Admittedly, not the first choice for a motorcycle for most adventure motorcyclists, but the one she chooses. And as we all know, any bike is an adventure bike. Originally from Poland, now living in Scotland, she had the need to travel between the two countries visiting family and friends. And the choice of means of travel fell on a motorcycle. So far, she has traveled most of Europe, halfway around the world through Asia and Australia. Roxy is not a big girl, but she's got a huge and well-earned confidence, which shines through, for example, when she's riding the Soyila Pass in India. Keep in mind, she's on a sports bike. Stopped in her tracks by the pandemic, she's back in Scotland at the moment, but she's looking to get back out as soon as the borders reopen, aiming for 2021. Last summer, she was invited to give a talk on the Overland event in UK, which is still available online via the Armchair Adventure Festival. Well worth listening to. Right, next up is Thomas Hansen. He basically lives in the middle of adventure motorcycle heaven, which is lucky for us because he can make these videos with the most spectacular backdrop. Thomas is producing some fantastic videos, including a 5-episode series on the Norwegian Tet, which is really good. Another series I like is Motorcycle Adventure Cross Norway, which is what we're watching right now. Thomas has such a relaxed and natural style, and his filming and editing has such flow, it makes me really jealous. He has been such an inspiration to me. Another of Thomas' strengths is how he makes reviews and how-to videos. He has even made one how not to video, which must be a pretty unique feature for a channel. In his video on how he plans his trips, you also get to see a sample of his graphic skills. If you're planning a trip to Norway, this is a must-see. So we have now reached the third channel of this episode, and that is On Her Bike. Kinga Tanajewska is originally from Suwałki in the northeast of Poland, but after finishing her engineering degree, she moved to Australia to work in the construction industry. In 2014, she made a solo ride around Australia called Tour de Oz, raising money for a charity organization called the Shepherd Centre. In April 2017, Kinga left Australia on her BMW F800 GS Chile for her round-the-world trip that she dubbed Are We There Yet? This time raising money for a disabled child in Poland called Franek. You can find more information about this cause on her website. Kinga is working with an editor in Europe, so she's filming while she's riding, collecting footage and then sending it back for production. In 2018, Kinga took a temporary break from her round-the-world trip when she was invited by BMW to ride the GS Trophy in Mongolia. which unfortunately ended on the last day with 50 kilometers from the finishing line with a broken leg. However, she still managed to get a video series from the event up on YouTube, and it's well worth watching. Last channel out this week is Urban Monk TV, who is based in Los Angeles and produces really good motorcycle DIY videos, and is the author of Creating Mr. Cortan, Building a Custom Vintage Cafe Racer Motorcycle. If you're like me and you like to tinker around with your motorcycles, it's always good to have a mate who is better at it than you are, and here is one of them. At the moment he's working on one of my personal favorites, a Honda CX500. It's really fun and interesting to follow the renovation on the channel. He also makes some pretty spectacular riding videos like this one, in which he rides his Suzuki V-Strom to the Joshua Tree Motor Camp. His videos reflects the very pleasant person that he is, and his narration plus excellent taste in music results in relaxed and laid-back productions. So that was the last channel for this episode. However, I promised you a little bit of a bonus feature here in the end of the video, and so I better keep that promise. The difference between making this kind of video compared to what I normally make, I go out filming, editing, put some music on, and you know, it's like I can spit out 3 of those in a day. This kind of videos takes time, a huge amount of time. So I thought, when I put all this effort in, all this time in to make these videos, why not get some writing into it as well? So I thought, the other day I was out with my friend David. If you have followed this channel, you might have bumped into David here before. And so we went out with a drone and we just experimented a little bit and flew it around and, you know, tracking, having fun. So I thought I just put some of those clips in here at the end with some nice music, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. If you like my videos, please feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also click on the little bell symbol for notifications. If you want to become a part of the Around on a Bike community and get some postcards from my trips, some stickers and your name in the end credit, follow the link to my Patreon page below. Just before we went home, David decided he wanted to try Betty. He liked her.